A very good morning to the one and all present over here. My name is Arpana Sharma.
And my name is Saloni Surana.
And we are from
River Mandakini.
Okay, so today we are all here. Today we are here to present our topic on the very current topic, and that is Make in India is a distant dream. So let's start with the content of the presentation. Yes, thank you. Okay, so I will request Saloni now to read through the content of the presentation.
So the contents are: what is Make in India, major objectives, highlight and purpose of Make in India, sectors in focus, impacts of Make in India on manufacturing sector, major impacts of Make in India, disadvantages of Make in India, why Make in India is a distant dream, and the last conclusion.
Next. Okay, so what is Make in India? The Make in India was a campaign which was started by our Honorable Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, on 25th September 2014. So, the aim of this campaign was to encourage the foreign countries to come and invest in India, whether it is a plastic, it's an automobile or anything. Come and invest in India. So it has been covered under 25 sectors of the economy, and it is based on 4 pillars, and it is like new processes, new mindset, new sectors, and new infrastructure.
So now the objectives of Make in India. Objectives of Make in India are: reduce barriers to doing business, foster innovation, develop skills, protect intellectual property, build best-in-class manufacturing infrastructure. So the first one is reduce barriers to doing business. So what government is doing, that it reduces the barriers so that the foreign companies attracts to India and manufacture their products in India. And the second one is foster innovation. So it's obvious that if the foreign companies will come to India, they will introduce new innovation, new technologies that will help in growing our economy. And the third one is developing skills. As the new innovation will come, new jobs will be created, and the skills will be improved. The many skills will be developed. So, and the fourth one is protect intellectual property. So what is intellectual property? Intellectual properties are the intangible assets like patents, copyrights, etc. And if the company manufactures in India only, then it will protect our intellectual property. And the fifth one is build best-in-class manufacturing infrastructure. The main aim of introducing this campaign was to make India a manufacturing hub. So if the foreign companies will come and manufacture their products in India, it will result in a growth of our economy as well as GDP.
Okay, so now moving towards the highlights and the purpose of Make in India. So first is zero effect and zero defect. When this campaign was started in India, our Prime Minister Narendra Modi said that it will be based on zero effect and zero defect. Now what is zero effect and zero defect? The zero effect and zero defect means that when we are manufacturing any kind of products or anything in India and the foreign companies coming and investing it, so there should be no defect on the natural environment. And the second one is making bureaucratic process easier and shorter. As we all know that we have lots of processes and laws in our country, so it should be easier and shorter, so that there should be not any problem with this campaign. When we are manufacturing and any country is coming and manufacturing their products, it should be simple. It should be not involved in any kind of shouldn't be very tough for them. Now the third one is making government more transparent, responsive and accountable. Now going towards making government more transparent, responsive and accountable means the government should be transparent. So it means whatever it is there, the government should understand that, as well as the other countries which is coming and manufacturing their products. Either it is a domestic country or the domestic industry also, it should be very transparent. And the second one is responsive. the government should be responsive towards that. When the manufacturing work is getting done in India, they should be responsive towards that. And the third is accountable. And the fourth one is addressing key issues, including labor law, skill development, and infrastructure. So, addressing key issues. The key issues in India is labor law, skill development, and infrastructure. So, our Prime Minister Narendra Modi has also highlighted that they should address the key issues, that is the labor law involved in this process, and the skill development and the infrastructure. This all should be improved at a very good level. Okay, so next.
So these are the sectors involved in Make in India campaign, and the main sector is manufacturing sector, because the main aim of this campaign was to make India a manufacturing hub. So the sectors are automobile components, aviation, biotechnology, chemicals, constructions, etc. Next. So impact of Make in India on manufacturing sector. Make in India mainly focuses on manufacturing sector. Aim was to increase the contribution up to 25% in the GDP of the country economy. Earlier it was limited up to 15%, but after Make in India it has increased by 7.6%.
Now, major impacts of Make in India, and the major impacts are as follow: develop job opportunities, expand GDP, fortify the rupee, increase in brand value, upgradation of technology, ease of business, development of rural areas, and the flow of capital. Okay, so moving towards develop job opportunity. Obviously, when the company is coming and manufacturing their products in India, it is going to develop the job opportunities, as we all know that in India, like, there is a shortage of job for the people. They are running short of jobs. So this campaign will lead to increase in the job opportunities for the youth as well as for the people who are not having any job. Now, expand GDP. Obviously, it will lead to the increase in gross domestic product of our country as well. Okay, so increase in the brand value. Okay, when the company is coming and manufacturing the products, it will increase the brand value of that product, sorry. And yes, upgradation of technology. Technology is also gonna upgrade with this process. Now, ease of business. The ease of business will be also very simple. It won't be critical. It will be easy for each and everyone to understand and do the business. Okay, development of rural areas. Obviously, it will lead to the development of our country. On the same basis, it will also improve the development of the rural areas and the flow of capital. Okay, can you change the slide? Disadvantages of Make in India. Saloni, please.
So the first one is negligence of the agriculture. We all know that the largest section of our economy is based on agriculture, or rather the Make in India campaign was only focusing on manufacturing sector. So by ignoring the agriculture sector, it is the main disadvantage of Make in India campaign. Second one is loss for small entrepreneurs. If the foreign companies will come to India and manufacture their products, then it will give loss to the small entrepreneurs. And the third one is manufacturing based economy. So the main focus of Make in India is on manufacturing based economy. If we manufacture a lot and the main section of our economy, that is agriculture, is ignored, so obviously it will affect. And the fourth one is interest on international brands. So the rich section of our economy is already used to foreign brands, and for them it is affordable. But when foreign companies will come to India, it will lead to a more advertisement, and this will lead to a more cost involved. And the fifth one is disruption of land. As the Indian land is more for agriculture, so this will be a bad effect.
Okay, so why Make in India is a distant dream? First is, it relies mainly on a public-private partnership mode. Second is, conflict with the domestic demand. Third is, exploitation of the natural resources. Then, rigid labor laws. And the last is, poor infrastructure. So we all know that it relies mainly on the public-private partnership mode. And the second is, conflicts with the domestic demand. The domestic demand will give a bad conflict to the domestic demand, because we will be mainly focusing on the international products. And the third is exploitation of the natural resources. Obviously, when we are coming and manufacturing the products in India, it's going to exploit the natural resources to the large extent. And the third is rigid labor laws. We have a very strict rigid labor laws, which is leading to the decrease in